What is up, everybody? We got a special video for you today. We are answering all of your guys' questions on what the new EA Sports college football game is going to look like. Let's get right into it. First question, everybody. Will there be custom conferences and schedules? And, the answer to this, from everything I've heard, is resounding yes. EA wants this game to be realistic. They know conference realignment is real and happening as we speak and will continue to happen in years to come. So user-created content is also confirmed to be coming in this game. So, we can tell from all of this that EA has given us that we should fully expect there to be custom conferences and schedules, just like we saw in NCAA 14.
So the next question that we've got is, who is the cover athlete? And short answer is we don't know for sure. Rumors that we've heard are Shedeur Sanders, mostly is what I've been heard thrown around. Nick Saban, due to him retiring, it could be a shout out to him. I've heard Prime Time as well. His name has been thrown around the ring because it's Prime. I mean, he's the main attraction. And another athlete that I've heard is Travis Hunter. Also, his name has been thrown around a couple of times. I mean, he's going to be one of the more higher rated players in this game, from what I'm guessing. Very, very popular athletes are going to be thrown around, especially in when it comes to big name teams. I think that's going to be the market for the cover athlete.
And we expect to find this out early to mid-May when we get a full release on the game. Next up, somebody asked, will there be studio updates in the game? So I will say most likely the answer to this question is yes, but on top of that, there will be on-field reporting. As was revealed, there would be an on-field reporter within the game. So we're getting even more depth than what NCAA 14 offered with the studio updates of, a score. Now we're getting actual on-field reporting. So, EA is really taking a step up here in terms of realism with this game.
Yeah, from everything I've heard, EA is putting a lot more effort into this game than what people thought they were going to, especially with all the new voice lines, all the new background details, all the new reports, all the new everything at this point. I think that studio updates are going to be key, especially for graphics as well. I think that it's going to be a very, very good touch. All right, the next question we got is, will fans be able to storm the field in the new game? And the answer is no. As much as people want it to happen, as much as it is the thing that's happening in college football, schools hate encouraging it. They get fined for it. They willingly just do not want it to happen. They do not want fans to get the idea that it's a normal thing. They don't want to get the idea of it happening every game. So the answer is no for storming the field.
So next question we got is, are they using the same game engine as Madden? Frostbite engine? Yes, this game is using the same engine. However, it has been confirmed by multiple sources that this game does not and will not feel like Madden in any way, shape, or form. The game has a unique feel, and it is supposed to reflect the explosiveness of college football.
The next question we got is, will the Cotton Bowl be in the new game? And the answer is yes. And for most college football fans, I want to know that the only stadiums that are not going to be in for bowl games are those that are used for baseball stadiums, like Fenway, and also the Holiday Bowl, like San Diego. Those are the only ones that are not going to be in the new game. The rest of the stadiums, like all the NFL stadiums and all that are used for some bowl games, yes, those will be in.
The next question we got is, will you be able to export your files in terms of players and rosters from NCAA over to Madden? So I don't have a super great definitive answer at this point in time. From what I've heard, this is something that's in the works, but it's likely we either don't see this at release or don't see this until next year's game. But they do know people want to be able to do that. They want to be able to send over draft classes and road to glory players, obviously. So this is something you should expect in the future. How long that will be, I do not know at this point in time.
The next question we got is, will the game be on PC? And from what we've heard, the answer is no. For this upcoming game, it is an unfortunate update, as some people do play it on PC. Like people who play on College Football Revamped, a lot of them are on PC. But it is an unfortunate no in that category.
So next question, somebody asked what we can expect out of Ultimate Team in general. So for starters, now that players are able to be paid, they're able to have current players that are in the NCAA right now in Ultimate Team, which they were not able to do in the past. It used to only be former players that you could use in NCAA 14 Ultimate Team. Now there will be current players, and then on top of that, you can probably expect to see many of the legends you see within the Madden database or current Madden players, because EA does have the rights to use those players' likenesses. So in terms of who will be in Ultimate Team, expect that pool of players. But of course, first of all, any player that's not in Madden, like they don't have the rights to, don't expect them to be in the game by any means. And then on top of that, obviously, if there is a player that opts out within the college football world, they will also not be an Ultimate Team.
All right, and the next question that we're getting is, will these stadiums have dynamic attendance? So if a team is doing bad, they will have less fans. That is correct. They will have this in the game. They're shooting for realism. They want this to be a very realistic and very on-par game like the real life. I think that this is an excellent update. I don't think any real college football fan expects to see a UMass Minutemen game full of people. I don't think a real college football fan expects a 1-11 Oregon State team to have a full attendance. I think that it would be very, very unrealistic. So I am personally very happy, along with probably a multiple of other people, that realism is in this game for attendance.
So the next question is, will College Game Day be featured in this game? And the answer to that is absolutely yes. We've heard of many members of the College Game Day team have signed contracts with EA and have recorded voice recordings with the team over these past couple years in preparation for the game. So yes, College Game Day will be in the game. I don't know how one-to-one it will look, but in some format, all the people are there. It's in place. What the final product looks like, I can't tell you that right now, but definitely do expect College Game Day in some form to be within this game.
So another question that we're getting is, when is the expected release date for College Football 25? And the answer is somewhere between the July 5th to July 17th range. That is the main area of when it should be released. It's not fully set yet. There could be a delay in there if possible. But from what we've heard and from what we've gathered, that is the expected release time.
So next question we got is, within Dynasty mode, how big of a factor will NIL play? And the simple answer to that is a huge role. Like I said before, EA is shooting for full realism, and as everybody knows, NIL is a huge part of recruiting in modern-day college football. So yes, absolutely expect NIL to be a massive part of the recruiting process within this game. How that's executed, that I can't tell you, but I do know for a fact NIL will play a large factor in recruiting in this game.
All right, another question that we're getting is, will people able to be in trouble? Will players get suspended in a new game? And the answer for that is no. Schools don't want to promote that, and they don't want to have that part of that on the game.
So somebody asked, will we be able to choose commentators for each game? That I don't know the answer to directly. I do know for a fact Chris Fowler will be one of the commentators of national championship games. He revealed that in one of his Instagram videos, if everybody saw that. But aside from that, it's possible we see that in Play Now games. And then aside from that, it will vary from bowl game to bowl game. And, I'm sure there will be a difference in, if it's a MAC game versus an SEC night game, what commentating crew you're getting. I think that's the most you can expect. I don't think it will be fully random. But, like I said, Chris Fowler National Championship, you can count on that. Kirk Herbstreit National Championship, you can count on that. But aside from that, it's really, up in the air. I don't know.
All right, another question that we're getting is, will there be new screenshots of the game before release or pre-release? And the answer for that is possibly, if there's a leak or someone that's spreading information out there about the game that's not from the developers themselves. But the answer for that is no. That's EA wants to keep this game as secret as possible for the most part when it comes to the gameplay, the graphics, all that. So they want to make sure nothing is put out there too much. So if there's someone in the organization that's putting this information out there without EA knowing, yes. But besides that, no.
So one question we're getting is, how many uniforms will each team have within the game? And from what I've heard, the average number of uniforms for each team that will be in the game will be around 4 to 5-ish at release. It is possible that more come later with the DLC. And it is very possible that some schools are way above that number. Some schools like Oregon, possibly. I'm sure EA will try to make sure a school like that is well represented in terms of uniforms. But, you look at other schools like USC and Ohio State, expect a very limited option.
Another question that we're getting is, will the Reese's Senior Bowl be in the game? And the answer is yes. It's a new addition and is a something that EA is now working on.
So another question we're getting is, in terms of equipment customization, how much will there be? So if anybody has played Madden this year, they have this thing called Superstar Mode, and they pretty much give you full customization of the player. So expect something similar to that to be in the game. And on top of that, expect an expansion on that in terms of levels of equipment customization and tattoos, etc.
So another question we're getting is, will Teambuilder be in the game? And the answer is, we don't know for sure. EA does want a lot of user customization options. They do want to have that in the game. We just don't know for sure if Teambuilder is going to be in the game. It looks like it could definitely be a possibility it's in the game, but we're not totally sure.
So one question we're also getting is, will there be dynamic announcing in terms of levels of excitement and, mellowness in terms of the score of the game and what's happening in the game? Yes. No, this is confirmed by Chris Fowler himself. If it's a game-winning touchdown to win the national championship, he will be out of his seat screaming at the top of his lungs. And if it's 63-7 and an absolute snooze fest, he'll be like, touchdown. Like it's just like real life. That's what they're shooting for, and that's what you're going to see reflected in the game.
So someone asked if you can edit rosters. Yes, but you cannot edit real players, and you cannot edit players in that have opted out. Like, for instance, Arch Manning. You can't add him into the game. You can add March Anning. You can add someone like that, but you can't actually add Arch Manning himself.
Yes, I'm sure people will figure out ways around it to create players, but I'm sure EA also has systems in place to prevent super close replicas. Somebody's asking, will Online Dynasty be in the game? Absolutely. And, on top of Online Dynasty being a big part of the old game, Connected Franchise has been a big part of the Madden franchise. So this will 100% be in the game. I don't currently know how many teams you'll be able to play as. Back in NCAA 14, you could have up to 12 teams in an Online Dynasty. Currently in Madden, you can have up to 32 people, a full league. I don't think NCAA is going to give you a full 130 plus option in terms of online people being in one league. I think it's possible we see a number similar to 32.
So they're asking when the full reveal for the game should come out, or when it will come out. The answer that we've gotten is around May 5th or May 15th, around that area, about 2 months before the game comes out, is what has been said and is what has been rumored. So that's about when you should expect for the full reveal to come out. But yeah, just around that 2 month mark, and it could be delayed if the game gets delayed, but that's what it is for now.
Well, thank you, everybody. That's all the news we have for today. I'm still going to be answering questions over on our X, so make sure to go follow us over there if you don't do so already. But, keep asking questions. We'll eventually do a live stream. We'll do another video. We're going to keep you guys updated. We know y'all want to hear about this game, and we want to tell y'all about it. So stay tuned. There is plenty more news to come.